In this video, we are gonna color a cafe from Paris in Procreate. And I am using Lisa Glanz aquarelle brush set, and it comes with this pre-made canvas that you just click and it imports into Procreate. Then we need the outline from my coloring page bundle. For Procreate, pick the PNG one, and then just make it larger and put it into place. You can use snapping, so it's easier to put the outline in the middle. I will put the links to coloring pages and brushes in the description box. So what you need to do is make new layers underneath the outline layer. That will stay on top. And these are the brushes and color palette I'll be using, and you can pause it and write the color codes and make a palette, or just pick any colors you like. Okay, so let's start with the base layer. First I'll be using the pink color and choose a stamp brush you like, stamp it, and then we can rotate it, warp it, till you are happy with how it looks. And then I will just erase the rest where I don't want this color to be. Now to the awning. Change the brush to round brush. This is my main brush I use for almost everything. And start drawing. I draw one stripe with one go. So I don't lift the pencil from the screen, but nothing happens if you lift it. You can smudge the lines or just undo and try again. And finish coloring all the pink building parts. Now make a new layer and choose the second beigey lighter color. And then with selection tool with freehand, I am gonna outline the rest of the building. And if you finish one space, click on the gray dot and you can select another area. Then choose a stamp you like and stamp into that area. And I also change the colors to be darker and add different stamps to make it look more interesting. Now make a new layer, and with the brown color and the round brush, I will draw everything that is wooden. The shelves, countertop, wooden boxes. Basically, for all the base layers, when you pick a new color, you make a new layer. That will make the job easier later, when adding all kinds of accents. Oh, and I forgot those planks inside. Those I color with the beigey color. Then new layer and warm grey color, and I draw the floor of the building and behind the door and the shelf hangers. You can draw in one go or like each section with one line. That will leave some white accents, like with real watercolor. And I saw that I missed the pink spot, so I colored that in. Now to the flower pots. I will use that orangey brown color for some of the pots, and some of the pots I will color with the beigey color, but I made it darker and more saturated. But choose what color you want for the pots. And they will be on different layers. So, with the color that was next to dark brown in the palette photo, I colored the coffee packs and also the inside of the cafe. And this is also on a new layer. Then make a new layer and with dark brown color in the chalkboards. But also black would look nice. I just love the warmer look. And then erase the menu letters so those are seen on the chalkboard. Now I color in the lamps yellow, and then those coffee machine things I will color with the warm gray, and I pick the layer where the color already is. And onto the greenery. Make new layer, pick the green, and then just draw all the greens. You can be super neat or leave some white spots, and also make dots outside the outlines to add some interest. I forgot to color in the pots at the top, so I'm doing that now. And with the warm gray color, I will draw that thing on top of the awning and also the frame of the sign. And then make the gray darker and draw inside the coffee machine. And on the new layer, I make the green darker and color the bottles. And the blue color I will use for the coffee cups. Now, the inside of the cafe sign, I will also color beige. And by using selection tool, I will outline it and then choose a stamp and fill the area. For the outside's ground, make a new layer at the bottom of all layers. And choose one of the rectangle shaped stamps, and with warm gray or make it lighter, just stamp. Then you can distort it into shape, and I will also smudge the edges so they are lighter, but you do how you prefer. Then on a new layer, with the round brush, I will color in the coffee machine in the red color. Now the window part. I will outline the shape with selection tool so I don't need to later erase the bits, and stamp in one of the stamps with yellow color. And then I will use the bluish color and choose the bloom brush and draw outline of the shape and also add some of the beige color inside. So basically the outside of the window glass will be darker and inside lighter. And then as a real extra, we can add noise to this and change layers opacity to your liking. Now that all the base is done, let's make this drawing more interesting. So what I'm doing, I make a new layer on top of each color, do clipping mask, change it to multiply, then I pick the same color and change it a bit more saturated or darker, and then add stamps and splatters on top of it. When I like the look, I merge the layers, then I add new layer, also clipping mask, but choose beige or white color, and also add some stamps and splatter. This will give the texture to each of the layers. The texture for the pink color is made, and now make a new multiply layer, and with the darker pink and round brush, I add some more texture. I don't color everything, I just draw some strokes. I will do the same with lighter color, but don't change the layer to multiply. And you can also add some dots outside the lines with the pink color. And if you want some areas to be darker but don't like the look of the sharp edges, then just smudge them. For smudging, I'm using the bloom brush. And as I was saying before, I add the same little strokes but with the light color. Well, not the same strokes, they are in different places. When I am confident about the look, I merge the layers together because I don't like to work with too many layers. But you can leave them all if you want to change something later, then it will be easier. And I also like to add some splatter stamps that are coming outside of the base color. So here I am putting the pink splatter on one side of the building at the top and one stamp in the middle. And now just repeat the whole process for this beigey color. Add multiply layer with darker stamps and normal layer with lighter stamps. The flower pots, I am darkening one side of the pot. I want the sun to shine from the right side, so that part will be lighter on the pot. And with multiply layer, I am adding darker strokes to the wood. These are like accents, don't overdo it. Leave the base color to be seen also. I want to add a bit of light coming from lamps, so with bloom brush I add a bit of yellow and lower the opacity of the layer so it doesn't burn the eyes. For the greenery, you can go all in. Stamp with splatters with different shape of stamps, make some places darker, some lighter, till you are happy with the finished look. I don't really look where I stamp, I just trust the process, so it has that natural watercolor look. And then I also want to add some splashes coming out from the green color, so I put the stamps not as clipping mask layer and also the tiny splatters. And add some green dots on the ground that will look like some of the leaves have fallen off. And to make the ground more interesting, I add some brownish dots, some yellow strokes, some lighter dots, so it is colorful. Not just one block of color, but if you like it, then leave it as is. I also decided to add some yellow stamps on the ground, but I took a little part of the stamp and erased the rest. Make a new layer on top of the green color layer and with the colors of your choices through flowers. I am using yellow and red and a round brush, and I am just making random dots here and there. When I have finished all the flowers, I duplicated the layer, merged together, and to make it even more stand out, I select the layer, then click on the green color layer and click clear, and it will erase the parts where the flowers are. Then with Byeee color, I am drawing in the menu and with the round brush and duplicate it and merge together. Now make a new layer at the top and let's make some shadows. If you don't want shadows, then leave out this part. Make the layer to be linear burn, lower the opacity, and with the third color from the end of the color palette, I will draw shadows with the round brush. So if the sun is at the right side, then everything will have a shadow on the left. All the flowers, flower pots, shelves, and also the awning will make a shadow. Make a new layer, change it to add mode and choose a white color and add some splatters and accents as sunlight all around the drawing. Then make a new layer on top of the window layer, change it to add, and with bristle brush add a few strokes. Duplicate the layer to your liking, and then you can erase the parts that are outside the window. Or select the window layer, then click invert at the bottom and click clear on the add layer. And now basically the drawing is finished. Add some more splatters or duplicate the layers you want to be more opaque, like I am doing with the greens. And I also brighten the flower layer. Also, if you don't like the outline look, you can lower the opacity to the outline layer and go over everything with pencil, or be as creative as you want. And I also changed the outline layer to dark brown. And my style is to add the texture over the drawing at the end. I will put the link to that also. And change the layer to overlay and you can see how it changed the look. And then save and share and tag me so I can share your art. And thanks for watching. Bye!